Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a plan with me in my Hobonichi weeks for the last week of April 2019. First of all though, I wanted to say thank you so much for your comments and your continued support, both for last week and just last week's plan with me and just kind of in general. I recently just reached 1,000 subscribers, which I'm super thankful for and can't believe. I'm just super over the moon and excited about it. So thank you if you are a subscriber, and if you are someone who is visiting my channel for the very first time and this is your first video with me, welcome, and I hope that you will stay and join our group of Hobonichi loving and reading loving people. But so that's the first thing I want to say thank you for. And the second thing is for the comments from last week's plan with me. Last week, I'll leave a link to it in the cards if you haven't seen it, but I did a spread that was mostly ink based that ended up having washi at the end because I had some kind of ink smear incidents that occurred in the Hobonichi Weeks paper, and a lot of you said that you appreciated that I went ahead and uploaded it and that it wasn't perfect because it's real life, and these are things that happen to all of us at one point or another, and many times when we post things on social media, YouTube, Instagram, a lot of times it gets edited and what we see is something that's perfect. So a lot of you seem to appreciate that video, and so I want to say thank you for that. Your comments really kind of inspired me to keep filming and keep planning and to continue to use my spread, even though I was a little bit sad by the end of it. So anyway, here I have, but let's go ahead and get into the plan with me for this week. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks that I'm using. I do have a cover that I think is fairly unique compared to what other people use. This is the Games Galore cover. I do really love board games, and so I liked that this was able to, that they offered this cover this year, that it has kind of the vintage game, board game look to it. And as far as I know, I don't really know anybody else who has this Hobonichi Weeks. Comment down below if you have this or if you've seen people who have this planner, this version of the weeks. I personally haven't. A lot of people have the like, was it the banana, strawberry milk ones, and then like a lot of the like plain cover ones. I really like the, what was it, the loft one in that minty bluish green color, because that's like my favorite color. But this is one that I really like, obviously, because I have it. So this is, like I said, the Games Galore cover. This is a Hobonichi Weeks notebook. It has the Tomoe River paper inside, and it's just a little bit smaller than the Hobonichi Weeks. It is what I used this week to kind of do a little bit of testing for inks and washi. The two washi that I will be using, because I wanted to try and use a little bit more of the washi I currently have. So this is washi from Simply Gilded. It is, this one here is a Simply Gilded and Pigeon Paper Co. collaboration, where Pigeon Paper Co., that shop owner, did the art drawings and then was in collaboration with Simply Gilded, who does the foiled bow washi. That's really popular in the planning community. And then this thin, very thin washi is just from a Michaels foiled set. So so there's that. I am using the Bic Whiteout Easy Correct because it is not quite as white as like the Tombow tape correction that a lot of planners like to use. And so I think that that fits a little bit better for the Hobonichi Weeks. The two markers that I'm going to be using are the gray and this kind of like corally pink mild liner. And let's see, this one here is the coral pink mild liner, and then this one here is the gray, which is what I'm going to use. Here's a little bit of the washi that I'm going to use. These other highlighters were ones that I was thinking about. It was this orangey, more orangey mild liner, and then the neon pink was this Erin Condren dual tipped pen marker, but I decided that there was a little bit too pink, a little bit too orange, so I'm going to go with the corally pink and then the gray. And then last week, I realized as I was editing that the pen that I was using, which was this one, the Kuretake Futogo Kochi pen, was not the same pen that I used in my previous ink spread, which was actually this one, which is a Pentel sign pen with a bunch of Japanese writing on it. It has a similar kind of felt tip end to it, and it is kind of a juicy pen, but I don't know, for some reason, I don't know if I did leave it for about 2 minutes, but it's not bleeding. And so I'm going to try and use that one because that's the one I have had success with. This pen here that I'm going to be using is one I've been using fairly regularly in my videos. It's a Muji gel pen in a 0.38 tip in black. And then the last two things that I'm using are this yellow stencil and then my Hobonichi Weeks pencil board. And like I said, I tend to use it more as almost like a protection for my hand to try and minimize ink smearing, and then also as a straight edge are kind of my two main ways of using it. So here's what happened last week. I have kind of used it. I think this week I actually have no idea what I want to do, but I want to try and keep it minimal. That's the plan. And I'm also going to see how long it takes me. So I'm going to not, I think, let's see, how do I want to do this? I'm so nervous. Nervous in the sense that like, I know what I would like to do, but it's not something I ever normally do. I think I'm going to, I wanted to make it simple and didn't want to outline, but I might be outlining. No, I'm not going to outline. I'm going to do, oh, maybe I could just use this like really, okay. Come play with me as we see what happens when I have no plan. So I'm gonna try and upload this on Monday, even though I am filming on Sunday. So if you celebrate Easter, happy Easter. I hope that you had a very, very nice Easter. I do not celebrate, so I don't honestly, I can't say I know a whole lot about the holiday. But happy Easter if you do celebrate. At the school I work with, we do try to like celebrate different holidays, but the way we celebrate it, it's more of in a like cultural aspect. So it was kind of weird. So the school, because we're a international language school, so international in the sense that like we pull students, not pull, but we bring in students from all across the world who come in and learn English with us. And so we try to expose them to different cultural traditions. So we did do some kind of like, we did do an Easter egg hunt and stuff. So it wasn't really celebrating the religious aspect of Easter, but more of the kind of commercialized or like little kid, like Easter egg hunt, Easter egg dyeing, egg dyeing and candy aspect of it. And I think the students really enjoyed it. We had an Easter egg hunt on our floor, and we're only like one floor of a building, but they hid a bunch of eggs with like candy, and the students really got into it. And when I say the students got into it, like these are adults, like they're not, or like young adults, like in their 18 through like 25 for most of them. So I think they enjoyed it. All right. I also got to see 2 movies. So the first movie so my husband and I, we have the AMC A-List, which if you're not familiar with it, is a monthly subscription service. And you pay monthly and you get to watch up to 3 movies a week through AMC. And so it's a pretty good deal for us. We both really, really like it. And we do not have children yet, and we both realize that once we do have children, obviously movies is going to be more of a luxury that we will not have. So until then, we will watch movies as we can. And so we saw the movie La Llorona, which is based off of like a Mexican ghost tale about this woman, weeping woman who like killed her own kids, and then her ghost will steal your kids if you don't, like if the kids aren't good, right? And so so it's a scary movie, and basically La Llorona is haunting / going after these children. So, and they're trying to stop her. It is, if you are familiar with the Conjuring series, it's actually part of the Conjuring world, which I was surprised about, but they did reference that kind of in the beginning middle of the story. And I was like, what? No way. But it is. All right. This washi is really cute. So like I said, this was a collaboration between Simply Gilded and Pigeon Paper Co. Pigeon Paper Co. I haven't ordered. She is a planner sticker shop. She does her own artwork, which is this very like sketchy, sketch drawn, not like shady, sketch drawn art that is very similar. Reminds me of like Winnie the Pooh style from the storybook. And so it's like really pretty, but I heard that I purchased from her in the beginning. I think she had some growing pains plus some health issues. So like it was taking a while for people to receive items from her. I think things are better now, but I'm not sure. I haven't ordered from her in a really long time, but the washi is very, very cute. Okay, I'm going to still do important over here. So I'm going to use this pen and we're going to try it out and see what happens. One thing that I've never really been able to do that well is brush letter. As a lefty, I found that brush lettering is just naturally harder because I'm dragging the brush rather than like pulling it. And so I've always I'm happy with my handwriting, but I've never been able to do the fancy like brush calligraphy style lettering. But then again, I also don't want to put in the like time to try and learn it because I'm impatient. And I'm one of those people who I tend to start lots of projects and then never complete them. So I know that this is probably something I won't have the time to put a lot of effort into. But I do wish that, I think once I have the time, I might go back and try and learn brush lettering because I can kind of do it. I know the idea behind the brush lettering or kind of faux calligraphy. I'm just not very good with it and not very confident with it because I'm left-handed. So I remember a while ago, there used to be a resource about someone who was also left-handed and had a website on like how to do calligraphy or kind of brush style calligraphy with as a lefty. And so, but I can't remember who that was. Comment down below if you know who that is, or if you have any resources. Fellow lefties, help me out to get ideas and inspiration for brush lettering. All right, so I'm gonna do important things here, exercise here, and then on this side, I think what I'm going to do is I'm gonna do tracking at the top, and then I'm not gonna use this box this time. I'm just gonna do the entire, like this, I'm not gonna section off this part. I'm gonna do the entire, just all the way across. Actually, do I want to? Okay. So I'm going to do my tracker here, and then I'm going to do probably another line. And then, Oh, I wanted to do a little bit more of this washi at the top. So this washi is the 15 millimeter, and it did come in a 10 millimeter version. I just don't have it. So I wanted to do a little bit more of like a, like that. And then maybe something like this. So I watched La Llorona, and it was not bad. It has your typical, it's your typical like jump scare, scary movie. So it's not really like bloody gruesome, but there's a lot of jump scares, and you know that like bad things are happening, and you're just kind of waiting for it to happen or it to not happen. So I would say it's not like super amazing, but it's also like not bad either. Okay, and then I'm going to do, I think I'm gonna do social media here. Okay, and then, yikes, my handwriting, I feel like it got worse. And then everything else will be, whatchamacallit, to-dos. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more. Oh, so the second movie that I saw was Penguins. So that's the Disney nature film, and it's really cute. Like it follows these Adelie penguins, and Adelie penguins are probably, I think, some of my like most favorite penguins, just because they're like almost completely all black, and then their eyes, like, I don't know, they're just super cute. They're kind of like a little bit on the smaller end of the penguins, so I really like them. So Disney did a movie about them, and it follows this one penguin, which they named Steve, and how he's like, it's his first year looking for a mate, and so he's like learning the ropes and stuff. So it's like narrated / like this penguin has his own like personality. It was really, really cute, and it makes me want to see some of the other Disney nature film versions. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to use these mild liners. I might use the gray if I use it, but maybe not the coral pink anymore. Okay, so while this part is drying and I'm kind of thinking about how I want to do the social media, I'm going to write down all the important things that I have to do this week. So this week's pretty busy. I'm going to go ahead and write in that Monday is Earth Day. I don't think my school is doing anything to celebrate Earth Day, but I did want to kind of make a note of that. Also, my husband is, well, I'm going to write in work first. This is the 4th week of the term, so I have to do progress reports. Oh, I didn't leave a place for progress reports. That might be like a sticky note in. Usually I leave a place for progress reports where I can kind of have like a little checklist. Actually, I literally only have to write progress reports for like 1, 2, 3, like 5 students. My class list is pretty small this term, because I'm teaching like a TOEFL class, which is a test preparation class, and then I'm also teaching like the highest English level, so there's only like 2 or 3 students. Yeah, so that won't be too bad. Okay, so work hours are in. And just for anybody who is new to my channel, I do like to write in all of my work hours, even though they pretty much stay the same each week. I am paid hourly, and so this is just like a nice record for me, and then I can always like change and update it if things shift around a little bit. All right, so then on Monday, my husband is doing more board games with his friends at work. And then I'm doing dinner with family. Okay. And then Tuesday, my husband is doing a workshop, or he's going to a workshop at the Maine Public Library in Boston. And then I'm going to my local library, and we're actually doing a so we have like our local library does this like book club. It's called, well, it's this is the name of our city, and it's reads, and we've basically the whole city reads or like has a book that it's suggested everybody try and read, and it changes each year, and then they try to do community related events around it, whether it's like going to local restaurants and doing like discussion, like book club discussions or chats. And there's the mayor actually does his own book club discussion. And so this year the book that they chose was The Tea Girl of Hummingbird Lane by Lisa C. And so on Tuesday at our local library at 6:30, there's going to be tea and like another book discussion. But what's going to be really interesting is that we're actually going to be Skyping with the author, Lisa C., like our library is. So I thought that was really cool. So I wanted to go to that. Let's see. I'm going to do little bullet dots next to each thing so I can kind of see them, because this week is super busy for me. I don't usually have this much stuff going on. Okay, Wednesday, there is another like book discussion at a restaurant, which I kind of want to go to. I'm not sure. So I'm going to put a question mark there. Thursday, I personally don't have anything. Friday, we're going to see the Avengers Endgame movie, which I'm super excited about. We're doing that in the evening. And then Saturday, I don't have anything scheduled. And then Sunday, my husband is doing headshots for people, and I will probably help them. Oh, Friday's also, so yeah, Friday's the end of our term for work, but Sunday, headshots. And that's gonna be 2 to 6:30 p.m. All right, for exercise this week, I'm gonna have to take a look at the schedule. I recently signed up for the Tone It Up exercise subscription. So Tone It Up are these two ladies, Karina and Katrina, and they've been, I guess it's been 10 years now. It's their 10-year anniversary this summer. But they basically started out on YouTube and then have kind of since expanded with their own line of like protein powders and exercise equipment and stuff. And so they have an app where they have like new exercise stuff. And I do really like them, and I really like the message that they give, that they're sharing. And so I had subscribed to their like monthly like application where you have access to their workouts on demand. I had subscribed their very first year where it was like discounted, and then once that year subscription ended, I didn't have enough money to budget in like another year-long subscription. So I finally was able to budget that in, and kind of pay for a new yearly subscription to Tone It Up. So now I'm going to start doing those exercises again. I did their cardio bar workout this morning, and I was sweating. It was really intense. So I'm going to fill that in a little bit later, but that's probably what I'm going to be doing this week for exercise. And then for tracking, I'm going to just keep with the same things the meditation. So let's see. Let's do and we're going to go with imperfect unstraight lines. Let's do meditation, journaling. Journaling, I did get a little bit of journaling in this weekend. Meditation, I'm usually pretty good except on weekends because my schedule's different. 15 minutes of tidying, I've been pretty good about most of the days. Vitamins, when I can remember. And then it's mostly because I don't like swallowing the like multivitamins. And then reading, I've been pretty good about doing a little bit of reading. Although I am, I think, is it this week is the Creating and Co readathon. I don't think I'm going to be participating in that because I'm trying to kind of continue and finish up the Magical Readathon Owls. But I'm in the middle of like 4 books and I can't get through any of them. Like I can't get past the first like 100 pages of any of them or like 70 pages. Okay, for social media, I think I just want to kind of plan out like, what am I doing each day? So because I have a lot of space here, I'm just gonna write out every day of the week. I wouldn't normally do this, but I have the space today. Okay, and then I'll just kind of write in everything that I'm doing, and then I think I'll probably do like another line. And then one last bunny washi. I wanted to do something a little bit different with the washi. I think I really just like using washi. But it's kind of, at the same time, there's a little bit of like, how do you use washi differently, you know? So, all right, a little bit ripped on that one, but that's okay. All right, so then here is gonna be my to-do list. My to-do list has been kind of like inconsistent, so here we are. All right. And so then for my to-do list, what I've been doing is I really like using this yellow stencil because it has these little squares that I like to use as my check boxes. I've been filling them in because I like the look of the filled in squares once they're completed. And then if I don't get to complete the activity, if it has to be postponed to the following week, I'll draw an arrow or I'll cross it off if I end up not doing it at all. So there's a little bit of the bullet journaling element, but except I fill in the squares completely. All right, so that is more or less what what my spread looks like this week. If you'd like, I'm gonna try and start, I always say this and I've been really inconsistent about it, but I'm gonna try and use Instagram a little bit more. So I'll leave a link to my Instagram down below if you're interested in seeing what I have up there. But what I will do is, or what I've been doing in the past is putting kind of completed spreads, what they look like at the end of the week. And then I will try to include a shot of the spread with the exercise written out, because once I just forgot to write it down, but once I get off camera, I am planning to write it out, my exercise schedule out here, because that helps me remember. So here is what it looks like. I didn't really use this as a straight edge. I'm going to be using this throughout the week. Did not use any of the highlighters. And do I want to use the highlighter as a let's be risky And let's see if this, so it does smear a little bit with the markers. I'm gonna highlight my work schedule. All right, so I did use the gray mild liner highlighter or mild liner, and then the Muji gel ink in the 0.38. So, and then this sign pen, Pentel sign pen. All right, so that is what everything looks like. I hope that you have a great week, great end to April, and thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in seeing more of my videos, I will have a couple of links to previous videos that I've done that might interest you. Have a great week, and I will talk to you in the comments and in the next video. Bye.